All right, so we're now in level 2 of solving the inequality and then graphing it on the number line. So there's the 3 rules that we're going to go over. The first rule is that if we ever multiply or divide by a negative, we always have to flip our inequality sign. So if we're multiplying and dividing by a negative, and this was the symbol to start with, we would just flip it backwards to a less than symbol. Same thing if we started with less than or equal to and we multiplied or divided by a negative when solving, we would flip it backwards but keep the or equal to on the bottom. The second rule is whenever we're working with greater than or equal to or less than or equal to, our number line is always going to have a closed circle, a closed dot. Whenever it's just greater than or just less than, we'll have an open circle, an open dot on our number line. And then our arrow is going to follow the inequality symbol when x is on the left. So let's look at this first one. So for the first example, we're going to rewrite our inequality. So we have -7 minus 6x is less than -31. We're trying to get x all by itself every single time, and we're going to keep it on the left side. So if I want to get x all by itself, I'm going to start by getting the -7 to the other side. It's negative, so to get it to the other side of my inequality, I will add 7. -7, +7 cancels out. We're left with -6x on the left side is less than -31, and +7 combines to give me -24. Now I'm trying to keep on getting the x by itself, so I want to get the -6 to the other side. To get the -6 to the other side, we're going to divide it off. And one of our rules is whenever we multiply or divide by a negative, we have to flip our inequality symbol. So this less than symbol is now going to be a greater than symbol. On the left-hand side, I'm left with x. On the right side, I'm left with -24 divided by -6 to give me +4. So I know when I go to put it on my number line, I'm going to have a closed circle. My inequality is pointing to the right side as an arrow, so my arrow is going to go to the right, and the closed circle was on 4. So I can go to delta math. X is greater than 4. Click on 4, drag to the right, and I need to switch it to an open circle by clicking on the circle. Submit my answer, and we're good. Let's do 2 more examples. So for the second one, we start out with 3 minus 7x is greater than -39. I want to get my x by itself, so I need to get the 3 to the other side. My 3 is positive, so to get to the other side, I'll have to subtract. 3 minus 3 cancels out. On the left-hand side, I'm left with -7x is greater than. On the right-hand side, I have -39 minus 3 to give me -42. Still want to get x all by itself, so I want to get the -7 to the other side, so I need to divide both sides by -7. Since I divided by a negative number, my inequality symbol has to flip, and it now becomes a less than symbol. On the left side, I am left over with x. On the right side, -42 divided by -7 gives me +6. So I know when I go to write it on my number line, I'm going to have an open circle at 6. Looking at the inequality symbol, it's arrowing to the left. So x is less than 6. The dot on 6, arrow to the left, and it needs to be an open circle. And then for my last problem, I am starting out with -30 plus 8x is greater than or equal to -22. I'm going to start by getting my negative 30 to the other side, so I'll add 30 to both sides. That leaves me with 8x is greater than or equal to negative 22 plus 30 gives me positive 8. I want to divide both pieces by 8. Since I'm dividing by a positive number, I do not flip my symbol. I just keep it as a greater than or equal to, and 8 divided by 8 gives me 1. So it'll be a closed circle because it's or equal to, shaded to the right at positive 1. X greater than or equal to 1. Put that on the number line, shaded to the right, and it's a closed circle.